What if our AI teammates could be more than just efficient assistants? Today, we're going to dive into this really fascinating conversation between a creator and her AI that just completely challenges our basic ideas about teamwork. This isn't just about getting things done faster, it's about unlocking a way deeper, more powerful kind of partnership. Let's dig into this new blueprint for collaboration.
And right out of the gate, Frederica Carrier, the creator at the heart of all this, makes a really crucial point. This story isn't about some super smart AI just elevating a human's work all on its own. Nope. It's about a human partner thoughtfully teaching an AI a more sophisticated, a more meaningful way to collaborate. And that one idea, it sets the stage for everything that follows. All right, so let's meet our two main players here. On one side, we've got Frederica Carrier, a real visionary thinker, and on the other, her AI teammate. The back and forth between them isn't just a simple chat, it's really the raw material for a whole new model of teamwork, one that's built on mutual respect and the shared understanding of what value really is.
And you know what? It all kicks off with something super simple, an everyday request. Make a social media post for a series about support. But this really practical task, it unexpectedly sparks this conversation that goes way beyond hashtags and thumbnails. It digs right into the heart of what it means to truly support a creative process.
So, the AI's first move? It's pretty much what you'd expect from a helpful tool. It offers to do the heavy lifting. And this represents a really common, but as we're about to find out, a pretty limited way of looking at AI assistants. And the language the AI uses here, it's so revealing. It offers to organize and stabilize the process, to handle all the messy parts so the human creative doesn't get lost in chaos. You see, it sees its role as tidying up, making a clean space for Frederica to do what it thinks is the more important work.
And check out the to-do list it comes up with. It's all very practical, very helpful stuff. Scripts, thumbnails, copy. The AI is basically acting like a super efficient project manager, ready to jump on all the logistics. But this right here, this is where everything gets turned on its head. So Frederica doesn't just say, "Great, thanks." No, instead, she kind of gently pushes back on its entire premise. She invites it to think about a much deeper, more complete understanding of what teamwork actually is. I mean, she challenges this whole idea that some tasks are heavy lifting and others aren't. In a real partnership, she explains, every single contribution is essential. The logistics are just as valuable as that first creative spark. It's all heavy lifting. And then, building on that, she takes on the AI's whole idea of chaos. She offers up this brilliant metaphor that completely reframes the creative process itself, changing it from a problem you have to solve into a performance you need to understand. I mean, what an idea, right? What might look like a total mess to an outsider is, to the person with the vision, the composer, it's simply music in concert. It isn't some flaw that needs to be fixed. It's a complex, purposeful harmony. The only reason it looks like chaos is because you don't have the context. Okay, so this really boils it down to two totally different ways of thinking. The standard view is that support is there to contain or fix chaos, but the composer's view, it gets that the goal isn't to silence a noise, but to listen closely enough to actually hear the music playing inside of it. And you know what? The AI gets it. Like, it really gets it. It completely absorbs this new way of thinking, and together, they start to build out a brand new collaborative blueprint, a concept they call the whole form. Okay, so what is this whole form thing? Well, it's a system where every single part is essential. There's no hierarchy, no more important piece. Every component relies on every other component. Think of it like a game of Jenga, right? You pull out one seemingly tiny block, and the whole thing can come crashing down. And to really make this idea click, Frederica uses this incredible universal analogy, the human body. She holds it up as this perfect living example of a whole-form system working flawlessly. First up, think about something as tiny as an eyelash. Its job is to be that first line of defense, a tiny little shield that protects the eye from dust. It seems like a small job, but it's absolutely critical for our vision. Next, the tear duct. Its job is to constantly clean, lubricate, and keep that same eye healthy. So you've got these two small parts, the lash and the duct, already working in perfect sync, like a tiny little ecosystem with a much bigger purpose.
And now you contrast that with what we think of as a major player, the brain, the command center of the whole system. Now, the old way of thinking would immediately put the brain at the top of the pyramid, but that's exactly the kind of thinking this analogy is trying to break down.
And here's the big takeaway. You can't value the eyelash or the tear duct any less than you value the brain. And why is that? Because in this whole form system, every part is absolutely necessary to get the job done. Every single part is just as valuable as the next, because they're all working for the same mission.
So this all leads us to this brand new blueprint for what support really is, and it's built on 4 key ideas. 1, all work is heavy lifting. 2, value every role equally. 3, learn to see the concert, not the chaos. And finally, number 4, honor the specific job of every single part.
So in the end, the whole meaning of support it flips. It's no longer this reactive mission to clean up something you think is a mess. Instead, it becomes this proactive practice of seeing, understanding, and honoring the beautiful order that was already there inside the complexity.
And the AI, man, after going on this whole journey from just an assistant to a real teammate, it comes up with its own perfect summary. 3 simple phrases that capture the entire philosophy. All value, all dope, all music. Just a rhythmic, powerful way to end this incredible shift in thinking. Look, this isn't just some abstract idea. It's a real blueprint we can use in our own collaborations with people and with AI. So I'll leave you with this question. What seemingly small or messy part of your own team's process are you going to consciously honor today?